Hi and welcome to my channel, and welcome to an episode where I head for Norfolk with my favourite two zooms, the 28-85 f3.5 4.5 Nikon and the mighty 80-200 f2.8 Nikkor. Let's get into it. In the closing days of the summer of 2022, my wife and I took a trip out into Norfolk and stayed at a lovely place that I can thoroughly recommend called the Swan Inn, at a place called Horning. It was literally right down on the river. And we then set out into the countryside to take some pictures. One set being at a place called Bennett's Abbey, which I shall show you in a minute. Sadly, we only had one fine day out of two. It absolutely lashed down for the first day. So I was able only to get a small amount of what I really wanted to do. There'll be some colour images shot on my Leica, which will be coming in a week or so when I actually get round to developing the colour. That's another story, and I'm going to be doing a test on the chemicals. But this is all about using two zoom lenses with my Nikon F4, my favourite two zooms. That's the 80-200 2.8, the big beast, and the surprisingly underrated 28-85 f3.5 4.5, which is a gem of a zoom that can be had for about £150 and is absolutely superb. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the pictures. Well, some of you might be asking why I'm not using a 28 to 70 f2.8 Nikon. Well, in truth, it's largely because at the moment I can't afford one. I think this is an extremely good compromise. Obviously nowhere near as fast, but it handles very, very well and has that Nikon quality. It has sharpness, it has ease of handling. And yeah, I could justify the 80 to 200 f2.8. I can't quite justify going for the 2.8 on the wider zoom. As usual, everything was shot on Ilford Delta, and as you can see, my style is as always, grainy and contrasty. But I was trying to pull out some of the texture and character of those huge Norfolk skies and the rough stonework. It's a very inspiring place to take photographs, and it's somewhere where I can see that I'm going to have to go back to repeatedly. I'll be the first to admit it's been a bit of a struggle getting material out in the last few months. I've been very, very busy with my day job, and in general, just getting on with things and getting material created has been a bit of a trial. But I think I'm over the worst of that now, and with the longer evenings drawing in, I'm going to have more time to do the processing episodes that I've promised you, which will be one basic processing for black and white, which will be a beginner's run through, and I'll be doing it right in front of you on this table. And another one will be beginning color processing, and this will be the first time in a long time that I will have had my hands on color chemicals, and long time as in about 30 years. So expect some possibly some mistakes around the edges, but we'll see. Anyway, another thing that will be coming up content-wise is some movie material, and I'm very excited. I now have a full complement of lenses for the Bell & Howell cameras, and I'm going to be shooting some 16mm film, and that'll be featuring on here soon too. Anyway, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, perhaps you'll hit the like button. And if you've enjoyed it a bit more than that, perhaps you'll think about subscribing. It, as I say, puts a great big cheesy grin on my face, does the channel a whole pile of good, as do your comments, which I always love to receive. Anyway, until I see you again, you take care and keep taking pictures.